This is Dave from the Not So Into Chinese Secret Show. And you know what? You can comment now too, and I'll get back to you later. But we're going to talk about the topic at hand. Hey, Kiwi. And the topic at hand today is how to fix a leaky Aeropress. And I don't have bladder problems quite yet, but I do have Aeropress leakage issues. And the biggest problem is this rubber seal. Okay, now, I actually bought a whole new Aeropress when this one started leaking really bad, and I couldn't get a good air seal, and I kept on ruining my coffee. It was no fun in the morning when you're trying to make your brew to get this leakage. And so, special shout out to Greg Gibson, my good friend, who shared one of these simplest solutions. But also, before we get started, let me try this. Let me see if I can make this work. Before we get started, a proud pop-up moment to share. Here's a super short video of Toby making his first Aeropress coffee this morning. So here we go. Started.
Did it work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A tear. Proud papa moments abound. Yes. So strangely, in this house of coffee, that was the very first coffee that he made, and it wasn't even for me. It was decaf. Don't worry, no children were harmed in the making of this coffee. But anyways, Aeropress, gotta love it. Now, the thing is, I have a leaky Aeropress, and that is a problem. And so what is the problem? Okay, the problem is that this thing leaks. And I found out the hard way that, you could just buy a whole Aeropress, but you don't have to. And there's two solutions that you can do. One involves this YouTube channel, and there's links and notes in the description, in the comments right away. And this is pretty cool. And the thing is, the video doesn't really explain, the video over here doesn't really explain what he's doing, but look at the description underneath the video, and it has a lot of great links and notes. And there's also this great quote that he got from the actual Aeropress rep. And this is kind of explains what's happening with this rubber gasket and saying, in other words, this will actually re-expand your rubber gasket, okay? And the trick is a little bit of mineral oil, some water, and a microwave oven. But here's the deal. The real gem is the quote that he had from the Aeropress rep. And the rep told him that the Aeropress rep said, the seal material is actually a thermoplastic elastomer, and the coffee oils on the seal exterior seem to cause the mineral oil in the seal to leach out. And so, what? Coffee oils on the rubber seal leach out the mineral oil, thus shrinking your rubber gasket. This is evil. Evil, I say. And so this rubber gasket is my old one, and it's kind of sticky and disgusting, but also is too small. It is too small. And so it does not give a proper seal to this anymore. So this guy, very clever, figure a way of brushing it with mineral oil, putting it in the microwave with a little bit of water to heat it up and expand it again. And so, disclaimer, I haven't actually tried that method because I just went out and bought a new one. But I would highly recommend this if you wanted to just do it at home kind of thing. But I do have links to food grade mineral oil. You want to make sure that it's food grade because you are touching your coffee with this. All right, cool. So that is method number one. Method number two, and is even simpler. And I got to thank my good buddy, shout out to Greg Gibson, for you can buy a replacement rubber seal. I had no idea. And so this is probably the easiest fix, but it does cost moolah, and it's not that cheap. It's actually $15 if you wanted the very original Aeropress as of the making of this video, okay? So $15 US, okay? Now, the actual Aeropress costs what, 25 to 30 bucks? And so that's half the price of the whole thing. There are third-party ones, and that's what I bought. And so it's still like 10 to 12 bucks. But you can get just the rubber gasket. And I have shown, like in that last video that you saw with Toby making it, it was actually the very original Aeropress, which must be about 10 years old now, with the newer plunger and with a brand new rubber gasket, and it works beautifully. So that is it. Super simple, right? But wait, there's more. I just wanted to share two things that you can do to prevent this from happening in the future. And one of the things that we can do is to definitely wash it right away, because again, the problem is the coffee oils seemingly leaching out the mineral oils that are inside of this rubber, right? And so we don't want that to happen. So what you do is you always want to push your coffee puck out of your Aeropress as soon as you're done making coffee, so it doesn't sit in there. And of course, you also want to make sure that you use a little bit of soap and water, especially if you use the inverted method where the coffee does sit on the rubber seal, right? Then use some soap and water to get that coffee oil off right away too. Just a little wipe, quick wipe will do. And then the third thing, obviously, you don't want to store the Aeropress with the rubber gasket halfway up, okay? Either store them separately like I do, or make sure, oh, this rubber seal is really good, that it's pushed all the way through, because when it's pushed all the way through, can you see that? It's actually got a little bit up above the round part of the cylinder, so it is not gonna get squished, all right? So super simple, super easy. That's all there is to it, but I also have a thought of the day today, all right? And this is the thought of the day. Mistakes are the necessary steps in the learning process. Once they have served their purpose, they should be forgotten and not repeated. Not repeated. And I think that's the important part. I always tell my kids, make a new mistake, don't make the same one twice, right? And so hopefully I can do this as well. But that's about it. I'm going to get back to the comments, but you can always search the links and notes below for everything and updates, of course. So if you find a better way to do this, let me know. I'd love to know as well. Let's go back to the comments and see if anybody said anything. Chris says, my daughter Bryn is an Aeropress expert now. Yes, she even uses your battery-powered drill hack for her hand grinder. That is pure awesome. Go Bryn. All right. Okay, Virgil, hello. Jean, good to have you here. Brian and Louis. Oh man, Spain is in the house. I miss you guys. So that's it for today. And just as always, links and notes and updates are in the description below. And for more crazy videos like this, subscribe on YouTube, follow Chinese Secrets on Facebook, and visit ChineseSecrets.com. Thanks for watching. God bless, and I'll see you in the next show. How do I stop this?